Hello, writers. Before we move on to begin planning our description paragraphs, where we will be describing and potentially reviewing a food, we need to make sure we have finished up the P2 process doc. So I'm just going to walk you through your process doc here. You'll want to have it open on your own computers as I talk you through what you should have in each section. So if you were here in class when we introduced this unit and this paragraph, you will have part 1 finished. But if you don't, or if you need to add to it, remember we were just brainstorming. So as we thought about different foods and drinks from our childhood, family gatherings, our hometown, the requirement is that you list several on this chart, as many as you can think of. The next chart is for food experiences, so really positive or favorite meals or dishes you've had at restaurants or in different places. Anything that stands out in a negative way. If you have very strong feelings about, for example, the best pizza in Warrensburg, or that, puffy Cheetos are better than crispy Cheetos. And here, anything that you wanted to try. So maybe you wanted to try the new restaurant in your hometown, or you were going to cook a new recipe. So again, here, just a list of several, as many as you can think of here, should already be completed. Then in number 3 here, we worked to narrow down possible topics for the paper. So your topic is just the food that you want to describe. So here you might have grandma's macaroni and cheese. Here you might have crispy hot Cheetos. So from the brainstorming that you had, you're going to choose the top two that you think would make the best paper and that you think would be the most interesting to describe, or that are the most significant or important to you. So again, the topic for this paper is the actual food you're describing. So 2 possible foods you may want to focus on for this paper. On part 2, we also began this. So if you are ready to commit to the specific food that you want to describe, aka your topic, you will have your topic here. And if you haven't yet, it's time to commit. So choose the food that you want to write this paragraph over, and you will name that food here for your topic. So here I might type grandma's mac and cheese. Or, like whatever it is. We also already worked on filling out this box. So we worked on brainstorming different ways of describing the taste, the smell. We worked on all 5 senses, so you should have sort of texture, you should have the way it feels in the mouth, the texture, visual appearance of the food, all 5 senses, different ways you can describe the food over here. On the left-hand side then, we may not have started to fill this out yet, depending on where you are. So abstract details are things like thoughts, feelings, emotions, the mood or atmosphere or the vibes of the food, or the event where you eat the food. So these are not going to be sensory details. These are going to be more abstract in the sense of sort of those feelings. So you might put, it reminds me of my grandma, or it makes me feel comfort. Anything like that. It was a very exciting experience. It felt really new. It disgusted me. Any of those types of things that aren't necessarily sensory but are more emotional. You want to create a list of those here. These can also belong in your paragraphs. Most of the paragraph, especially the middle of the paragraph where we fill in information, is going to be concrete details and concrete description. But you will also have, especially in your topic sentence, your context sentence, and your concluding sentence, how does this food make you feel? What do you associate this food with? What are the memories connected to this food for you? Or what was the atmosphere or the vibe of the place that you ate the food or the restaurant? Now here on the bottom, remember we always want to try to write with audience and purpose in mind. That's the whole point of writing, is because we have something to say to the world. So think about what the purpose of describing this food might be for you. And who do you think would benefit from learning about it? Is it maybe people you want to understand your culture or how food connects to family? Maybe there's a thematic idea like this. Or maybe if you're doing a food review of a restaurant food or a product like spicy Cheetos, Maybe you want to make a recommendation to someone. So think about who your audience and purpose might be, keeping in mind that we don't just want to say anybody for audience. You want to have a specific type of audience in mind. Maybe people who are visiting Green Valley, right? Or people who can't decide whether they want to try a new restaurant. And your purpose. What do you hope your writing accomplishes? Or what goal do you have for your writing to do to that audience? Do you want people's behavior to be influenced? Do you want their perspective or their understanding about something to be influenced? What ideas do you have for audience and purpose? So when you have P2 complete, take a few minutes here if you don't have it complete yet, and then don't forget to go back into Brightspace and click submit on this so I can give you some feedback on your brainstorming process and get your points in the gradebook.